Hello there, mysterious business behind the screen. So, Arachnids in the UK. I've got a lot of things I want to say and not a lot of time. So if you watch my review of Rosie, you'll know that I thought it was one of the finest tales Doctor Who has ever told, and I think we needed a change of pace, a palate cleanser, if you will, after something so heavy, and I think Arachnids in the UK did that well. It's not going to set the world on fire. It was fairly generic. The ending was pretty rushed and fairly unsatisfactory. But for the most part, I really enjoyed it. It was sort of a fun, sort of perfect for Halloween type of story. The spiders themselves were creepy. I really like the sort of... I got a copy of Doctor Who magazine here. I really like the way they sort of... There was spider webs everywhere when they went into a room. I really like that design thing. Very creepy. The whole episode reminded me of a level from the 2009 Ghostbusters game. If anyone's played that, there's a bit where you go into the abandoned Sedgwick Hotel and you have to fight this spider witch ghost, and she's this massive spider, and you go into the rooms of the hotel. You see she's cocooned up her victims and hanged them from the ceiling. Very similar to what happens to the victims in this story. But in general, I think probably the best thing about this episode was the Team TARDIS, as they are dubbed at the end. Now that they're not now that they're willingly travelling with her, now that they're not sort of being dragged along because they can't get home, I think it's really they're properly friends now, and it's really nice to see Graham's little bit at the end where he says grief will take time, and being with you it sort of takes my mind off it. I really like that. Bradley Walsh in general was fantastic in this, sort of dealt with some loose ends about Grace, and she was in it, in his mind. And a little subtle detail that I've not seen a lot of reviewers mention is when he sees her in the house, he first starts speaking to her and she's out of focus in the background. Second time she's slightly more in focus, you can sort of see it and she speaks, and then the third time she's clearly there, you can clearly see her. So it's like that little subtle bit of progression there in the cinematography I really enjoyed. I have mixed feelings on Chris Noth's character. I get what they were going for. I like his performance, and he was a real sort of boo-hiss villain, which was nice. But the Donald Trump allegory, if you will, was very thinly veiled, and I think in this case I didn't really see what the point of it was, other than Trump is bad, he is bad, which is absolutely true, but I don't know, it felt like it was sort of crowbarred in there, and it probably would have been better without it, but he was still an entertaining boo-hiss villain who you did not want to see win, and he gets away with it, which is interesting to me. I really hope there's an episode in the second series, or maybe even later in Series 11, where they go to a future time on Earth and he's actually president. That'd be cool. Be a good progression there. In general, the Doctor was great in this. She's very much like... I love the line... sorry, am I being rude? Maybe I'm just not good with this. Maybe I'm socially awkward, whatever. I really like that, because it's just like... Yeah, it's nice. The Ed Sheeran bit cracked me up when she's just like, Ed Sheeran's running for president. It's great. It sort of had that alien aspect to it, but with a bit of humanity at the beginning, when she didn't want to say goodbye. She was like, just let's be off then. That was really nice. In general, I have no complaints with her. I think she's been great all the way through, and Series 11's been great all the way through. The ending left a lot to be desired. The Stormzy bit was great, because it was so unexpected, and that was fantastic. But it was when they sort of... what's his face shot the giant spider, and then sort of just left, and that was it. And it's just like, oh, okay. What about the other spiders that are around Sheffield? In general, you only got the spiders that were in that hotel. But I did like the setting of the abandoned hotel. It's always a creepy setting to me. As I mentioned before, the Ghostbusters game level is the scariest bit in that game. It's terrifying. And I love sort of creepy haunted hotels as settings. They always make for really interesting settings and good horror. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got time to say. I liked it. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's... I don't know if it's my least favourite of the series so far, but it was still good. perfect for Halloween. Perfect one I'd sort of chuck on a Sunday afternoon in October and prep for Halloween, you know. So, yeah, I liked it. It was cool. Next week we've got the Chiranga Conundrum. Don't really know what to expect there. I literally know nothing about it. I've not read the preview in DWM. The trailer doesn't give really that much away. All I've really seen is the one with the pregnant man in it. So, not much to go on. But I'm looking forward to it, as I have been every episode of this series. So, yeah, if you like this, please like, comment, and comment. Yes, good English. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care now.